I was born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. I was born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. You can move on your own. We do moves, dancing in the end zone. Crush crew. All we do is get.
What's going on, FNG? All right, there I go. I gotta turn that off. What's going on, FNG? This is your boy. This is your boy Dylan Hall, the Browns owner. On the show tonight, we got Mr. Stephen Billups, the Jags owner. How you doing, sir?
Doing well.
Being sponsored by Bud Light.
Yes, sir.
Drinks on Steve.
Bud Light, and Donato's Pizza.
Donato's
Sunday
Pizza.
night,
You know, that equals gas. So anyway.
Hence why I'm by myself in the dungeon.
Right, exactly. Also on the show, we got the triple OG, as always, Mr. Tony Tranks, the 49ers owner. How you doing, sir?
Does whatever a spider can.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Oh, man. Oh, guys, we made it to week 1, season 4, Madden 19.
Finally.
Yes. The final season, maybe, you think, if it moves fast?
Madden 20 comes out early this year, so it's in 8 weeks.
Okay.
So it's probably be a wrap right here.
Yep. So I'm gonna get 3 Super Bowls this season. So I mean, it's Madden.
3 Super Bowl disappointments.
Right. All right. On the show, what we're gonna talk about today, of course, week 1. I think we're down to 1 game. The Falcons versus the Panthers. They play at 7:30 Eastern time. Yes. We're gonna talk about that. Well, the other games have been played. Of course, game of the week. Also talk about injuries from the preseason to week 1. Yeah. Hey, I thank God I ain't had no major injuries. So I'm good.
Yeah. And, this is for you. You're number 1, Dill. You're number 1.
I love you too, man. I love you too. You're the man. And talk about power rankings. Talk about I don't talk about division leaders. It's about the same right now, except you know, our boy.
A couple changes. Changes.
I ain't gonna bring it up right now. You know what I'm saying? You know,
right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat. I don't know. So, you know, right. I want to talk about that, but I'm gonna be good. But real quick, if you're watching, please put some comments down on the YouTube live chat. Whatever you type up, I'll make sure I read it out loud. And if you got any questions, please feel free to type it up.
We also just want to put it out there. We have 1 CPU team. So going into Madden 20, unless somebody joins now, the Broncos are open and available.
Okay.
So obviously you want to join, contact me, Philly Jedi. That's my Xbox Live name. Philly, PHILLY, space, no underscore, space, Jedi, JEDI. If you're interested in joining the league for this year and Madden 20.
Okay. Hey, Tillman said you look like Super Mario.
Hey, it's me.
What's up, Tillman? What's up, Brandon? So we got 4 people watching. Real quick, I'm about to hit up Tiger in a minute. He just hit me up, said he didn't get the invite. We should have Tiger on in a minute. Also, Dan will be on.
Oh,
so yeah,
fresh off his last game.
Yeah, exactly.
The Redskins.
Exactly. So, do y'all want to go over week 1?
You mean Dan, the 49ers owner?
That
Dan?
No. I mean Dan, the last guy who just played the Redskins. It's a brand new season, son.
Yes. All right, what y'all want to start with first? Week 1 games?
Yeah, we could go through a lot of the games real quick. There wasn't a lot of major upsets for week 1, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of run down the lineup of victors. So we had the Titans over the Bills, 42-10. We had the Cowboys. I think this was probably a neutral match, but it was a pretty heavily defeated the Giants, 38-21.
I predicted this, by the way.
Yeah. but it was a home game for the Giants, but it was definitely a good victory for the Cowboys. We had the Steelers by 3 over the TPU Broncos, 34-31. The Jaguars defeated the Texans, 49-13.
Oof.
We had the Browns dominated the Chiefs, 34-10.
Yes.
I tried to get him on the show, man. He didn't want to get on the show.
Oh yeah. We had, I think you caused him to bench the MVP, didn't you?
I don't think he even played him.
Yeah, Victor Stone, aka Patrick Mahomes. He's been benched the last couple of times, I think, watching some of the games. So
yeah, he needed them too.
Well, he said he don't know how to use them. That's what he told me. So he played as a rookie.
Yeah, I'll take that problem anytime.
Right.
Continuing down the line, we had the new owners. One of the new owners, at least, the Jets beat the Bengals 27-7 pretty easily. 49ers big over the Lions 42-14. And most definitely the game of the week. We saw the Chargers and the Eagles go head to head. It was a lot of back and forth action, but the Eagles came out on top 34-30.
Man.
That
was game of the week. Yeah, that was surprising. Hey, that was a great game to watch.
Yeah.
That was a great game to watch. I thought Matt was going to pull it out, but they actually had a lot of turnovers back and forth. So
yeah, it was surprising. It looks like the Eagles had 6 interceptions they threw and still came out on top. So lot of good play. It was a lot of back and forth throughout that game. Fourth quarter was crazy, but Eagles did enough to get the win. So good job for them.
Chargers punted 5 times in that game, so that you could say that's 5 turnovers plus the 2 picks that he threw.
Yeah.
That's 7 right there. So it equals the 6 picks
for sure. Yeah, it was definitely a good win for the Eagles. They pretty easily dominated the NFC East last year, so this keeps them right there on the top.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to see one of the games of the week. It ended up being a CPU game. The Vikings couldn't make it, but the Ravens over the Vikings 49-24.
That's what happened.
The Vikings wasn't able to hit the schedule. Some other commitments. So.
Okay.
And that was probably because we started the week on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, so we lost 24 hours.
Yeah.
Which is why our advanced day is on Sunday instead of the normal Saturday. So.
Yeah, and then I think also it's at the end of the day it's Game of Thrones Sunday as well. So
the last show too.
Yeah. So
you know what? Side note, outside of Madden, I guess I'm like one of the 1%ers that don't watch that show. I don't get it.
Sorry about your luck, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
You're still in season 1, right?
Dude, season 1's like episode 2. I'm good.
Well, you're still early. It's still early. They got to develop the character. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
I'm not watching.
Keep it moving. We had the Rams back at it, 49-20 over the Saints.
That was a good CPU game.
Another CPU game, okay. We had Seahawks. This actually was a closer game than I expected, but the Seahawks over the Buccaneers, 41-24.
Seahawks were down early, and then they brought that back.
Yeah.
Had a big third quarter, 24 points in the third quarter. So.
Absolutely. So they turned it up second half and made the necessary adjustments.
Winston with the 3 picks. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
no, you're fine.
Winston getting the 3 picks, I think, was the big turnaround, and it must have all came in the third quarter. Only 1 touchdown, and rushing Ronald Jones for the Bucks, 22 attempts, 137 carries, but no touchdowns, and that was big. Even Joe Mixon, he had 104. Damn, he had like 200. What's an injury?
He's running the ball.
241 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns if you combine both backs. But Jones must have got hurt if Mixon got in there. There's no way he started Joe Mixon. So,
well, I tell you, that's going to be a sleeper team over there in the Bucs. The Bucs, they did a lot of wins last year, but they ran the ball well.
They were tough out.
Victories late over some good teams. So
yeah.
So it was. We'll see. I mean, that was definitely a good run game against a great Seahawks team for sure. We had the Cardinals over the Redskins, 44-16. We had the King of the North doing what he does, 28-6 over the Packers.
Doing what he does.
The top team in the AFC East, Dolphins, 30-15 over the Patriots.
Ooh, that's a good win.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
a good win.
Division win. I think I'm still going to go ahead and call it early and say the Jets probably going to take over that division, but
they haven't played yet.
Dolphins doing what they're supposed to do. So, and then to round it out, this might have been an upset, maybe not, but we had a new owner, the Colts, over one of the co-commissioners, 10-7. So good
yeah, that was a good game.
Congratulations, Mike.
Wow.
Yeah, good win, Mike. So he handled his business. He's on the
Lucian
board.
told me about that game. He told me about that game. He said that he got his depth charts were all screwed up, and he got his running back hurt for the season in that game.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Injuries were off the hook this year, man.
It's real.
At least I'm experiencing it this year. Didn't really experience it last year, but
yeah, it was definitely interesting. but hey, big ups, to the Colts, coming in,
coming in getting that dub
early, getting a W at the end of the day. So
yeah,
definitely welcome to the league, bro.
Welcome to FNG.
Yeah. But that rounds it up, and as you mentioned, we're live right now, and in the next 10-15 minutes, we should see the Falcons and the Panthers going head to head. So hopefully,
broadcasting
the podcast over, we can give a little bit of updates on that game.
Yeah, definitely.
But that rounds out week 1.
Man, good stuff. But actually, I mean, just going back to that game, the Chargers versus the Eagles. That was a great game to watch. Actually, hey Dan, your background. I got 2 issues. For one, your
no shirt.
You ain't got no shirt.
Dan, are you naked?
Hey, Daddy, I didn't know you had titties.
Hey, he get a win. He just take his shirt off and like, yeah, what?
Some man's man right
Let him breathe. Let him breathe.
A man's man.
Look, he was expecting that, get on there. Sponsored by Bud Light.
Right.
No, going back to the Chargers and Eagle game. I was actually at my parents' house, and Dan and I was there, and we was actually watching it. I was at my parents' house this morning, and that was just a great game to watch. The Eagles. Now we talked about him last season, but he's definitely a great
former champion.
Yeah,
Madden 12 champion. Yeah.
Madden 12. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was our Madden 04.
You know what?
Some
people said it was going to be easy out, and forgot that this dude know how to win in the playoffs, and took an L week 1.
Yeah. Bulls versus Lakers.
Bulls Blazers.
I'm about to add Hossein, but if we can, what we talked about earlier, do we do power rankings? What we think the power rankings will be now? So let's go over what we said before.
So
I definitely want to review that.
Review it again.
So preseason, we gave a lot of respect to those who made it happen in the playoffs for sure. So, of course, we got the champs, 4-time champs. Brown at number 1, followed by the runner-ups for last season, the Bears, at 2. We gave a lot of respect to the Cardinals because they handily beat the number 4 team 3 times last season. So we had the Cardinals at 3, 49ers at 4. 49ers beat every team except the Cardinals they faced. So definitely was a good year by the 49ers, but great job overcoming those odds by the Cardinals as well.
Dan's number 1. Dan, you're number 1.
at the 5 spot, we gave it to the Ravens, who beat the Jags, who are number 6 in the playoffs. So great job by the Ravens. After the Jags at 7, we gave it to the Chargers, followed by the Seahawks at 8, the Eagles at 9, and then at the tail end, we got the Falcons, who back-to-back years they've won the NFC South at number 10. So again, recap, Browns, Bears, Cardinals, 49ers, Ravens, Jags, Chargers, Seahawks, Eagles, Falcons.
Cool.
And if you look at the way Madden has ranked those teams, the top 10 is exactly the same. And they keep the Chargers in the top 10. They're at number 7, even with their loss. But you and I both know we don't do the.
Yeah, but it hasn't. They don't update immediately, so they'll change that after when week
Oh,
one is
okay.
complete.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not a real time update.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. Before we move on, just real quick, the people that don't know that's watching, whatever, we do have Daniel Hall. He's the Cardinals owner. I guess Bills would say the 49ers owner. And also we got the co-commissioner, Mr. Hoseyan. He's the Raiders owner. He just had a tough loss. 10-7 in week
to the
1.
Colts.
He look whatever. How you doing, Hoseyan?
Good. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. All right, so we could continue to go on to what we think the power rankings will be now, going to week 2.
Yep.
I don't think the top 5 will change, right?
No.
I mean, every team in the top 10 won except for the Chargers. So, I mean, that's pretty much, you take that team out and you put another team in. That's the way you look at it.
So really, who do you think's the next deserving team in the top 10?
Yeah,
you got the Rams, Titans, Dolphins, Cowboys.
Yeah, I'll probably be, if you look at playoff seeding, Chiefs, but they lost.
Right.
And that's in the AFC. I'm sorry. So I'm going AFC. So Chiefs, and then the Titans would have been the next 2 teams there.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs coming
Titans.
out the loss. So Titans
I would put the Titans in there. Yeah.
Probably would make that. But if you look in the NFC, you look at the Rams, and you look at trying to think who the other team.
Vikings.
Rams and Vikings.
Vikings lost this week.
Yep. So it'd be between the Rams and between the Titans.
I said the Titans because the Titans. I said the Titans.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not even going to say why. I believe if the Chargers are out of the top 10, I will put the Titans in before I put the Rams. I have the Rams at 11.
Okay.
Assuming the Falcons win this game.
Yeah.
Because they would be number 9.
Okay.
So I wouldn't change the top 10. Keep it exactly the same. Just push the Falcons up 1 because they haven't lost yet. By the time we actually post the top 10, the game will be over, so we can make an adjustment if we have to.
Yeah.
But I will push the Falcons up to 9, take the Chargers out, and bring the Titans in at 10.
Okay.
Then if the Falcons lose, I'll put the Rams in.
Correct. Correct. Because the Rams will be at 11 if I was ranking top 10.
Okay. All right. Just a couple of comments on here. Brandon said, Billups, you have a nice controller. That is nice, though, man. Let me put it up there. Show it off real quick. That's bad, man.
Oh, nice.
Dang.
Appreciate the love, brother.
Yeah, that's nice.
It matches it matches this week's sponsor, Bud Light.
Hey, he got a nice controller so it can look cute when he losing.
It glows in the dark, man. Hey, go ahead and show us your titty again.
This is rated PG. It's PG-13. You're just flashing us, man.
Make sure you change the rating of our podcast.
But since we're talking about the Cardinals owner, I was actually online with the Redskins when they were playing the Chiefs. I mean, the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't able to watch the game. But I was hearing a reaction because I was in the party with Isaiah when he was playing them. Dan, what do you think was the reason why you won your game against the Cardinals so convincingly?
Against the
against the 49ers?
Against the Redskins.
The 49ers.
You have not played me yet this season, sir.
I'm just curious.
It's just a habit.
Was you giving him advice?
It is a habit.
Was you giving him advice during the game?
No, I wasn't even playing the game. I was just in the party.
Party
with him.
I was concerned because if you were giving him advice, maybe that's why he lost so big.
It was. He knocked my quarterback out. My quarterback went out, so I had to go with my backup. We wound up rushing for 373 yards and had 73 yards passing. And it was just his he's good, but his passing game, he just runs a lot of streaks, and you could predict him. So he was just he threw like 3 or 4 picks off of throwing like just streak passes. So, I mean, and my run game this year is going to be kind of crucial. So,
yeah, I can see. Jeez, everybody got the ball in this game. 4 touchdowns. Damn.
Well, he knocked out 2 of my good running backs. Or 3. He knocked out 3 of my running backs.
Seems like what
I had to go to my 4th string running back. He wound up getting a touchdown.
Yeah, Chargers went through that too in their game. They lost 2 of the starting running backs. They're on a 3rd string running back. Matter of fact, I think he said during the game he didn't have running backs. He was using a fullback.
Yeah, them injuries this year is crucial.
Was it a permanent injury or was it just for the game?
No, it just all. So he injured my quarterback for the rest of the game. He injured 3 of my running backs for the rest of the game, but they'll be back next week to play the Titans.
Yeah, I saw D. Emerson. I'm looking at your injury list now, and the only person injured on your list is a cornerback. D.
Yeah,
Emerson.
that happened in preseason.
Okay.
Running
Cool,
back
so-
hurt. I got my running back gone for the year.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, that was
I'm
a
sorry. I
good,
shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
that was
I'm
a
sorry.
good job though, Dan. T.J. Logan,
Hey,
17 carries, 194 yards, 2
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Hey, Jose Yan, I got a nice rookie quarterback if you need one, buddy.
Quarterback or running back?
Quarterback.
Nah, I need a running back, man.
Others
running
said
back.
quarterback. I got running backs too. Super Bowl champs.
We'll talk after the show.
You know something, Dan? I picked up one of your running backs off of the free agency, by the way, just because I didn't want to get hurt in preseason. I played Matt last game of the season. I said, let me get a running back so none of my running backs have to play. Because I already had one injured in week 3. Carlos Hyde got my first play of the game, first carry of the game, injured first play, out for the game. So, yeah, Josiana, you might want to look over those those championship running backs before you pick them up.
That's Dill's running back, right?
Yeah. 1 carry in preseason.
Crazy.
Hey, he got
Yeah.
his ones.
Those injuries are rough, man. Just continuing with it. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the most of them happened in preseason, but in week 1, Dante Pettis got hurt. He's a abdominal tear for 4 weeks, and Fred Warner, my middle linebacker behind Reuben Foster, torn pec out for the season. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Bears ain't got no injuries. Bengals got 4 already.
Ravens got a couple too. They lost their is it their halfback?
Ravens
out
lost
for the year.
their
They lost their head coach.
their first round pick, I think, running back.
Yep, out for the season.
There you go.
Oh man. Hey, couple of comments real quick on YouTube. Brandon said this boy ain't got no shirt on. That was earlier. Tillman, I'm gonna bring your comment up in a minute. We're gonna talk about that. I think Brandon wanted the Dolphins to be in the top 10. That's a joke of the year. April Fool's.
Well, he's got to beat somebody outside of his division.
right. Exactly.
If he beat the
year.
Patriots, okay, that's expected. We got to beat somebody outside of your division, and you got to beat the Jets.
Yeah. And then Tillman said Titans blue. I guess he's talking about your controller.
Oh,
The color, so
Yeah.
Yep.
They're definitely the best team in the AFC.
Yep.
Ezekiel Elephant.
I might be drunk. I don't know.
Ezekiel Elliott's out
no.
for 7 weeks. Partial MCL tear.
Oh, he's always injured, man. That's what Beck keeps complaining about. It's like every year he don't get to use it. He's always injured.
Well, I was watching the Giants Cowboys game, and I was wondering where he was, but he was having a pretty good game with the backup. So, shoot, the Dolphins got 4 injuries. Everybody else got 1s, 2s, maybe 3s.
If you look at the Chargers, all his running backs are hurt, except the starter.
Well, it should be interesting week 2. See how he recovers from that.
He's not going to recover.
Well,
He's starting off the
He
year
has Gordon. That's all he needs. But I mean, that's still he's got 3 running backs hurt. I was just like, wow.
he did. Speaking of the Chargers owner Matt Leone, he said he was going to go 4-0. So I guess that's out of the window.
0-2.
Who he
Trey Mitchell, I have 5.
who he play
Uh,
next?
Jets have Packers.
I'm looking it up.
Right.
Packers have 4 injuries.
Oh, he said 0-2. I'm sorry,
Devontae
but
Adams
he
is
played
out.
the Jags next. That's why you said that.
That's what he said over too.
That's why he said 0-2. Hey, I hit Matt up too. I said, "Hey, Matt, can you join the podcast today?" He just texts back, "Nah."
Nah.
Nah.
You ever see Will Smith go, nah?
That game was good with the Eagles, man.
So
Turnover stuff messed them up.
And Matt, it was nothing wrong with that game, dude. That game could have went either way. Y'all played an excellent game. Going back to it, it's the third
Hey,
time.
I told you, Matt better humble himself, man. I told him when he joined this league that he better humble himself. He's not listening, man. He's not listening.
Hey, Ari on your back, big time. No, yeah, but hey, he's still making the playoff.
You gotta have that same enthusiasm when you lose as you do when you win. Because I know his podcast when he was live, his podcast ended real quick. He just said bye. There was no comment, no commentary, no nothing. It was just show ended. So
That's all, folks.
Hey, that boy ain't did. Hey, that boy ain't did it. He ain't did an interview since Obama was in office.
Wow.
So we don't want to see the interviews and the comments after victories only.
Yeah.
No. He gave an interview before in season 2 when he lost. I think he lost in the playoffs.
We're in season 4, man. Come on.
Yeah, I want to see it after the I want to see after the victories and the losses.
Actually, he had that one that he did that magazine one that was pretty. The comic book was pretty cool. He ain't done one since.
Yeah, I mean he's creative and awesome, and that's great. But yeah,
you got to be able to come back after you lose.
So, but I'm 0-2. Say that again.
But I mean, it was the guy he lost to had a good record last year. He got nothing to be ashamed of.
No, that was a top 10 owner.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. That could have went either way. So
he went back and forth the whole game.
Right.
He'll just have to work his way back into the top 10.
Should that owner also be the Seahawks?
Yeah, he's a good owner.
Yeah.
Good owner.
Yep. So yeah.
So is the Falcons actually gonna play? Because he's showing on AP.
I think
no.
Take it off.
He's been on AP since I put him on AP.
Okay,
season, so.
Yeah, but the entire time he said he was playing though. So
yeah, he's playing.
They've been communicating. So
yep.
Okay.
All right. So the next topic I wanted to go to is week 2 games of the week. We look at that. Actually, you look at it. It's a lot. There's at least 5 games. Personally, I want to see.
Well, if you're in the top 10, they're playing, right? They're broadcasting anyways.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then if the people are in the top 10, they're broadcasting anyways. So, are there any people in there that aren't in the top 10 that should be broadcasting?
Well, I'm not saying they should, but I want to see the Panthers and the Dolphins game. Because I want to, Brandon keep on talking about,
that's actually going to be a good showing of whether or not the Dolphins have advanced to being a real threat in the playoffs because the Panthers are at an actual, they're this cut hair away from the playoffs, and they could beat a lot of different people. So it's all about matchups. So I think that should be a game of the week.
Right.
That's
now
I like the Titans versus the Cardinals.
Game
of the week.
Yep.
Then you got
that's a big one. That's a big one right there.
Yep.
Those bottom 3.
You got the Eagles coming off a big victory going against the Bears as well. So
woo, that's
Eagles,
a good
Bears, one. Another good matchup.
Ooh, yeah, that's
like
all
the Vikings and
all
the
those
Rams.
games.
Vikings, Rams. Wow.
Yeah, Vikings,
right.
Rams.
Then you got the Jags and the
Chargers.
Yes.
Wow, that's 4 games.
Yeah.
4 or 5 games.
2,
5 games.
3, 4. Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
And you had the Dolphins and
Panthers. Yeah.
Panthers game. That's 5.
Wow. Yeah,
You're
that's
playing
a
to watch.
nice little lineup there. Well, you'll post that, Dan. Dill, and put 5 up there. I don't care, guys. I want to watch all these. I want to know when these games are.
Yeah.
So the whole world can stop spinning, so I can watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I looked at the starts for the Falcons Panthers game, and it started.
Okay.
I just don't know if one of them are broadcasting.
Probably not.
I doubt it. But you can reach out to them if they'll broadcast.
Oh, I'm using my phone, so it'll have to be Dill or Hosian.
I'm gonna send him a message.
I'm actually go back in because he still showed he was on AP.
Who?
The Falcons.
Oh. I don't know. I don't see it. All right. Hey, Tony, I told you, man, this could be a short show, man. That was it.
Well, there's something I want to talk about.
No, I got one thing. Nope. Let me do this one thing. I talked to you, I think, yesterday about it.
Yeah.
And there was tips. I ain't gave a tip in a way on the show. And this is terrible. But it's terrible is not terrible because I still was blessed to win 2 Super Bowls without knowing this information. But
no, you knew it. You just chose to forget it.
Dude, I did whatever.
Check our first podcast giving tips. That was one of the first tips I gave.
I'm gonna check
research.
I'm check it. So I guess you know what? I could be the last person in this league to know this. But long story short, if you're running the ball and if you're behind the line of scrimmage and you hit the turbo button, the percentage of the defensive lineman, I guess with the shed block, whatever, is higher. Block shed. They can block shed faster if you press the turbo button behind the line of scrimmage. If you didn't know that, now you know. I didn't know that.
Say that again.
A couple days ago. So if you stay hype, you hand it off to the running back. If you hit turbo, the block shed, the defensive lineman could block shed faster. For some reason.
I mean, just say it. Anytime the defensive lineman is engaged with the offensive lineman, he has to wait or use his ability to get past the offensive lineman. But when the running back hits the turbo and starts going a direction, he knows where he's going, so the lineman can just disengage and go right to the direction you're going. So people who hit turbo before they even get anywhere near the line of scrimmage put themselves at a disadvantage because all the defensive linemen just automatically go the direction you're going because you have less control over which way you can go left and right once you hit turbo.
Who knew that? Be honest, who knew that?
Tranks knew that.
No, but
I've told Hosian that seasons ago. You know what I mean? It's been in Madden. I want to say at least since 13 or 14.
What?
Yeah.
That's why I just passed. Dan, did you know that?
Well, Dan does it all the time.
No, but
Dan didn't know.
No, but
yeah,
Dan,
I didn't know. But I don't hit my turbo. I mean, the way I run, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I didn't know that the AI would, actually do that. But it makes sense because I don't hit my turbo until I find a hole. I mean, that's the reason why I run so much. I can't pass or anything.
Well, that's the one thing that's the caveat. If you see a hole, hit the turbo and hit the hole. You know what I mean? But the defensive lineman will disengage. But that's where he's different. Go ahead.
I almost never use turbo, honestly.
Even after the line of scrimmage?
I mean, I have to be like on a straightaway. I mean, I almost never use the turbo because I feel like I'm not in control of my running back. I don't hit the holes the way I want to. So I rarely even touch the turbo button. It's usually when I'm breaking away. Maybe I see an opening on the outside and I'm not running, towards anybody. I'm just running away. Right. Or if I know if everybody's behind me, I'll hold with turbo in that situation. So I can see how that I never do that from a AI or gameplay situation, but definitely when I'm maneuvering behind the offensive line, I'm rarely ever using a turbo button. So,
well, that's your FNG tip.
I don't mean to interrupt, but George was saying that I guess he's not. Something's going on with the game. They got to try to play now. The scheduling is not right.
Tillman and the Jets owner, they both said they knew it. Shout out to the Jets owner for watching. Appreciate
Dwayne Rose, he's been in the league for a couple years too. He left for a little bit.
Yeah, but
it doesn't surprise me that he knows that.
Yeah, and he's a player, so I can tell y'all he's gonna make some noise. So I can see him win, double-digit wins for sure. And beat some teams.
The Jets?
Yeah.
He used to be the Colts owner years ago.
Wait a minute. Give me 1 second, fellas. Who's his? Ugh.
What's wrong?
I'm looking up something. So, all right. So I'm about to stir up some stuff.
Uh-oh.
So you think the Jets gonna win that division now?
Yeah.
The Dolphins gonna say bye-bye.
The Dolphins are not going to win that division.
They're not going to win that by 5 games. What, 6 games? They're going to have to win more than 6 games.
Yeah, I'm going to say that the Jets might double up on them.
Why?
Okay.
What's going on?
No, Dilla just wants to mess with his cousin, family.
No, nephew.
Nephew.
No, I'm going to state the obvious. He put on here. He said, "I'm drunk." I ain't drinking. Shut up. Whatever, man. Whatever. All right. Sorry. Go ahead, Tranks. Whatever you was about to say.
Oh yeah. It's about game scheduling. I had a difficult time. Just get the brass tacks here. I had a difficult time scheduling my game this week when it shouldn't be that way. Just make it real simple. Said it before. If you want to play in the league, tell your opponent when you're available to play. These are my blocks of time I'm available to play. Or you can do it the opposite way. This is when I work, or this is when I cannot play. These hours on these days. I work day shifts, 8 hours, Monday through Wednesday. So I'm only available from 9 to 5. So I can play outside of that time. Then it's the opponent's job that gets the message and they're tagged into it saying, okay, well, if you're available at 5, let's play at 8 p.m. your time. Gives you a couple hours to get yourself together, see the family, and play the game. Then you got to respond, sure, 8 p.m. my time works. That's the simplest way you can do the schedule. If you just say, hey, let's play tomorrow, or hey, let's play on Wednesday, that is not specific enough for your opponent to be available, because most of the people in this league are grown men and have families and things going on outside this league. So you really need to be specific. If you got a job, you know what hours you work. Even if you're on call, hey, I'm on call for this amount of time. But we shouldn't be at this stage where you don't know how to schedule a game, or that is it's disappointing. And I just think that it's just real simple. Every week we post, these are the games. I go on there, 49ers, Seahawks. These are the hours I can play. Or if you're available all day, say, hey, I'm available all day Wednesday. What date, what time, and what time works best for you Wednesday? They respond, hey, this time works, play. Show up and play. Show up on time and play. Simple.
Even when you're free all day, though, man, it's best to specify a time, because you can say you're free all day, something comes up, and then that person wants to play and you can't play. So it's just best to put a clock time in so people can.
Yeah, but
when I'm free.
Even if somebody says free all day, like, to me, that puts it back on. That gives you the opportunity to be like, all right, great, let's play at X time.
Right.
And they shouldn't really have a rebuttal come back saying, well, I can't really play at night or in the morning. They just say I'm free all day. But we can't come to them, but like, all right, let's go now. Expect them to be on their computer right at that point. You know what I mean? So let's just communicate. Let's schedule it. So if someone gives you a window, to me, that's your right to pick the exact time. So if I say I'm available from 2 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night, and I come, and then the other person comes back and say, well, I want to play at 9 o'clock at night, I shouldn't respond saying it's too late. I just gave you my window, and it's
true.
window.
True.
So
it goes both ways. I got you.
So it's just communicate, because a lot of times I'll be like, hey, I'm free. I'll know, like, I don't have anything planned, so I'll give you a 6-hour window, versus saying I only can play between 8 and 10.
Right.
So that's giving you the freeway. But I mean, we got to just communicate, because we go and we'll give people windows, and we'll still wait to the last day.
Correct.
Trying to get that game in, and then that's not fair. We can't have adults sitting around for 6 hours,
right?
Missing out on their family, hoping they're going to log in and play. Like that's just we can't.
Hey, can you play now, dude? I'm all the way across town because you didn't give me a
right.
Yeah.
So
it's frustrating.
Yeah, we got to just try to do a better job.
Just get better. Just get
booking and agreeing. And I know sometimes you may agree to something in 3 days, and something comes up, and that's life. That's know
life.
That happens,
that'll happen.
Right?
Yeah, that's
fine.
No
one's going against that. I think we had a couple of times where, unfortunately, a couple of our peers were in accidents, car accidents, hospitals, things like that. Stuff
or family members in having issues. Yeah.
But
you could reschedule is easy.
Yeah.
Hey, something came up. Can we push it an hour? Can we do it at the same time tomorrow? Communicating we always, this phone is part of like our wallets now. Everybody got a phone. You should be able to just communicate real quick.
Yeah.
But the whole, hey, can you play tomorrow? Then what time tomorrow do you want to play? Oh, I don't know what time I can play tomorrow. Dude, we got to do better than that.
Yeah. So definitely something to think about. Another thing, I try just book it. Like, I know it's okay. Some of you guys got people's cell phone numbers and some people DM people, but just let's post it so everybody knows. I try to towards the last couple of days, I try to make another post and I'll say, hey, it's 4 games remaining. I'll do a little.
I appreciate
digging.
that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
No, it's no problem. I do a little digging, trying to see if I can find details of the schedules, just give everybody, total transparency, so that way we can get a head start on the next week. So if we think that it's going to be a quick advance, we can start scheduling games early.
Yes.
So just post it. So even if you agree to it via text or DM, just go ahead and post saying like, hey, we're going to play at 5:00, Pacific, and then that just keeps everybody in the loop. So
Yep. That's good stuff. That's the most annoying thing when people
everybody
do that.
is ready. When you said quick advance, I'm going to cut you off. When you said quick advance, everybody is ready except the Bills. And
What happened? Everybody went on mute?
I don't know, man. I just couldn't figure out my phone's ringing.
Yeah, somebody. I think that's Tiger trying to.
That is Tiger.
Yeah,
trying to get into the show. So
you're right. I sent him. Several times.
Send it to him again. So
Yeah, I saw him. He was in the link. So, and the original link should still be there. So.
Right, I sent it to him. So is he calling in? Hey, if he can do that, I could.
He called. He's in the link. He didn't accept it. He just called it.
Right.
He hit the video button.
Did you accept it, Dillard, or did you just see it?
I ain't seen nothing pop up.
It came up on mine, but it was on my phone, not on the computer.
Hey, Tiger, if you can't do it again, because I just sent them the invite probably about 5 times.
Kind of how everybody else.
For some reason, I don't get the initial invite you sent me. I have to go in and then ask. That's twice I've had to ask you. I got to check what's going on.
Yeah, for him to be the smartest person in our league, man, come on, man, just accept the invite, tech guy.
All right. All right. I do have a question that would like to be answered by the commish. Actually, it's coming from Dan. He's on here, but I don't know where he's at. But he wanted to ask the question about chewing clock. I don't think there's a rule about chewing clock, is it?
No.
Okay.
Well, what's the question?
Yeah, I guess people are chewing clock. I guess in the third quarter when they're up, and should there possibly be a rule on chew clock? So that was
here's the thing: you can't have it both ways. You can't be concerned about people scoring too much if you have a problem with someone chewing clock and keeping the score down and getting the game over with and avoiding injuries like a real NFL team would do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're limited because it's a video game and we have 7-minute quarters. So I generally don't do it until sometime in the third I see that it's getting out of hand, I start running the clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get injuries. But if I want to run clock and you can't stop me, it's no different to me passing all the time. You can't stop me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Worst case scenario, they're going to run clock. You're going to stop them. They're going to punt.
Okay. I think in most scenarios, you're going to see them chewing clock, though, when someone's up big and they're just trying to get the game done, trying to avoid more points to get.
Yeah, no one wants to get penalized.
No injury. So
you can't.
That's the only time I've seen it.
If you want to stop them from chewing the clock, they get 3 downs and 40 seconds per down. So you stop them from getting the first down, and it's over.
There you go.
Otherwise,
right?
It's a you problem, not a them.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, hey, to be transparent, because that's part of my game is that I like to chew clock. So I was, and it was done to me last season. Somebody was last quarter and they start chewing the clock to make sure I don't get an opportunity to get the ball back. And I was like, if that's something that we can do, then that's what I'm going to resort back to is, chewing the clock once I get up in the game.
That's smart.
I think it's smart because I've seen too many games where we got a lot of pass happy teams,
Right.
which is fine. But I've seen too many games. Somebody's up 14, 17, third, fourth quarter, and they're still passing the ball, and they go 3 and out, or they turn the ball over and they give up a win. So like,
Right.
I mean, we can't tell everybody how to play smart, but I think clock management is a part of football,
Right.
which I think it'll be a major L for us to take that out the game.
Hey, the Vikes did that against Chaz when he beat Chaz for the first time. He chewed clock. He was winning. He said, "I'm not giving Chaz the ball back," and he chewed the clock starting in the third quarter all the way down till he won that game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an advantage. But like Phillips said, it's up to you to stop your opponent. So he still gets 4 downs. Doesn't matter what time it is.
And you got 3 to 4 opportunities to stop him.
Yeah.
And get the ball back.
Man.
But great question, Dan.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with the question, and nothing wrong with the tactic based on the rules we have set. You know what I mean? You're kind of playing within the rules.
Yep.
So
I ain't gonna lie. If I beat one of y'all, I'm gonna chew the clock. I ain't gonna let y'all try to score again.
That's not going to happen.
Lucky for us, we ain't gotta worry about that.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
it sounds like we hit all the hot spots. We got the top 10. We got the games of the week, and we went over the games. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
So
That's it.
advances in 2 hours, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I might advance. I mean, I'm trying to see because there's traffic right now or communication going on right now with Joe because I guess Osman ain't showed up. So
Yeah, he moved it back
me,
to 8:45. He said that's not going to happen.
He moved the game time.
yeah, he said he could go ahead and play. Then he said, "Hold up, can he start at 8:45? I fit my time around 7:30. This is getting crazy now." So
I think
just tell him to go play the
Osman's
computer.
He's already on AP. I would just tell Joe to go ahead and play his game.
Tell him to play the computer because it's like the third time change.
Yeah.
And the whole league is kind of waiting. This is the last game.
Yep.
You know, and we'll have to manually advance because there's like 5 teams: Giants, Redskins, Bills,
think about
a couple.
And then that late of a start time, if something was to happen in the game, they wouldn't be able to restart anyway. You know,
Correct.
That's extremely late.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I think that's a perfect what Joe just put on here, and thanks Tillman for hitting me up. I mean, stuff like that, guys, and just spending time with you too, Tranks. I think yesterday.
Mhm.
We want to talk about I know y'all just talked about it, but do not waste my time when it comes to rescheduling the game. If you tell me you're gonna be, we're gonna play at 8:00 p.m. Eastern time, be there at 8:00. If you're gonna run late, just have the courtesy just to say, hey, I'm gonna be 5-10 minutes late. Or is it possible to move the game back? But don't let it come at 8:00 and I don't see you there. I'm like, okay, where you at? It's not 8:01, it's not 8:05. At 8:00, actually like 7:55, I should see you load up, and you probably need to do some pregame stuff, whatever.
Right.
Well, the thing that feels in the conversation, though, I'm looking at it. Osman gave him the okay about 40 minutes ago to go play because he wasn't going to be free. And Joe being, I want to play, was like, try to work it out. But then he's like, this ain't working. So if he told you from jump to play, go ahead and play. Don't wait.
We have a rule that covers this that we put in recently.
Mm-hmm.
Within 24 hours after not hearing from your opponent, call us or tell us or post us. Say, hey, it's been 24 hours. The Rams just recently did it. It's other people have used it. Been communicating with my opponent. It's been 24 hours. What's up? We will put that guy on AP, and we recommend that you play it immediately.
Correct.
If you wait and you're in the middle of the game and you advance it, it's on you. This situation right here, we're telling him, just to allude to the situation, we're telling him to play the game now because it's just look like it's not going to happen. Now, if he wants to hem and haw and give him a chance to play, and then you try to play it and it doesn't work, that's a sim, bro. That's a sim.
Yeah. It's coming out to the last hour. You know what I mean? So I would definitely play it. But I do respect Joe because he's been on AP the entire week.
Correct.
He could have went in there and played at any point, but he tried to work with him.
Right.
I mean? So he waited.
It's not his fault. It's not the Panthers' fault. So it's okay if you want to wait. There's nothing wrong waiting. But don't look at either me and Hosian when we advance. So
just so you know too, Tranks, he initially started playing, so he already has a game, an attempt played, so he's gonna have 2 showing. So,
here's a question, and I'm gonna do my best to be the best guy here.
Yeah.
Did he stop because Osman wanted to play his game? Is that what he did?
Correct.
Good. That's all I wanted to hear. Perfect. Then I'm not worried about the 2 starts.
Okay. I've
In
just
fact,
figured
I suggest he starts
anybody
now.
comes in and says there's 2 games, we're good.
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
All right.
That's okay. That's easy for me. I'm glad you said yes. I was hoping you said yes. I wanted you to say yes.
I was like,
Yeah, I was hoping you read it. Yeah, we wanted to play Osman. Osman didn't change, right? All right, good. Let's go. Let's move forward. All right, cool. Sounds like we're done then.
no argument.
Just real quick, D wants to jump on real quick to say something. My man Tiger, dude, I tried at least 10 times to send you the invite. I also sent you the link. I hope you got it, man. And somebody just said something funny on here. Tillman did. He said that Hoseyan, he'll be up 3 and he's gonna run the clock.
Hey, if I'm playing one of y'all, you damn right I will.
Yeah, hey, do it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
On my lucky, as a matter of fact, playing Nation, I had a game like that. I was up big, and he was like, "Man, just kill the clock, end the game," because he was bored. He ended up beating me that game. He want to beat me that game. I was like, "Man, that's messed up."
No.
Yeah, it's tough with our rules because I had a game versus the old Panthers owners that's no longer in the league. I think I was up like 24-0 going into the 3rd quarter, and I start playing different, just run the clock out.
Right.
And he ended up tying the game like 27-27 going into overtime. Because you start playing conservative, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you realize it's a game.
Yep.
Right.
And then they're on the street, so it's
Yep.
That's why I usually try to say, just as a reminder, because people don't always know how the rules work. Going into the 4th quarter, if you're up big, and you're going into the 4th quarter, so you up big 3 quarters, 4th quarter shut it down. Before 3 quarters, you really don't have to shut it down. Just don't go crazy and try to score 100. You know what I mean? It's just I'm trying to leave it nice and gray so people can play the game without me telling you can only score this many points in this quarter, this many points. You know what I mean? Be grown men about it.
We got guys in the league long enough now to where some of this stuff isn't an issue. It typically comes up when you get new guys that you don't know. Or, so we're pretty good with
that. People got something to prove. That's usually when you see that.
I think those rival games, just make sure if you want to put 100 on somebody, just make sure they're your rival.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, especially the new owners. If you don't know about that, please. Actually, just I don't care if you knew or you've been in the league for, since 06. Just go back over the rules. I know we talk about this every time. Just look over the rules and just make sure that if you want to, run up a score on somebody, they are your rivals. You can have up to 6 teams.
6 teams is your rivals. Yeah.
6 teams is your rival, and there's no rules. You can just beat the brakes out of them, like Dan Dutranks. So anyway,
that jab in there real quick.
hey, I can't wait to see y'all play this season, man. So,
well, we're rivals. We're definitely rivals.
Yeah. I think we did cover it all, fellas.
Good show.
Fellas, thank you for joining, jumping on. The Jags, Tillman, Brandon, Reggie.
Thank you for watching.
I mean, not the Jets, I mean the Jets owner. Thank y'all for watching. Dorian, Joe, anybody else I missed, I'm sorry. I ain't see your name on here, but appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all want to be on the show, we definitely love to, hear other voices, other ideas, other inputs. Please just hit me up. I'll definitely put you on the show. You can be on here for 5 minutes if you want to. Say what you need to say, and you can jump right off. But
just put a shirt on.
Yeah, even if for you new guys, just to come on and introduce yourselves, because there's
that would be nice.
We could put some faces to names or whatever the case might be. Come on and introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Like and share the podcast.
Yes.
Get us out there.
Yes, and the teams that are available right now.
Broncos
are the only CPU team.
AFC
we got a
West.
couple. We got like 1 or 2 teams that've been on AP.
Do you want to mention it now?
Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you right now. The Saints are if somebody wanted to switch to the Saints right now that's in the league, we would allow it to happen because that owner has not performed. The Bengals currently are
Hold up, speak up.
Hold the phone.
Can't hear you.
The Bengals currently are on that. They're not there yet. They're not where the Saints are yet. But literally, we're watching every
I want the Bengals. If they come available, I want the Bengals. Phillips and I can play for it. I want the Bengals.
Hold on. No, Dan, you cannot leave our division. No.
Yeah, I'm talking about next season. If he doesn't take the Bengals, man.
No, man. No, come on, yo.
You don't want me, dude.
Yes.
I never met a person that wants an ass whooping so bad.
Yo, stay in the division. Don't go nowhere.
Spank me.
No.
Beat me. You don't want these problems, man. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to give you 2 wins.
Stay here.
I'm trying to give you 2 wins, man.
Whew, don't go nowhere.
I think I had the bid in on the Bengals already, though.
You know what we got to do now, man? We got to put on a whole scene because I don't want Dan to go nowhere.
All right.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there right now. The Texans are another team that they're probably closer to the Saints situation than where the Bengals are. They're probably in the middle.
Tracking. We're hopefully the Saints one is the one we wanted to put out there because I know that was one of the teams that people had a lot of issues scheduling games with and they're unavailable.
But what's holding us back is we don't know if anybody's fans of those teams or want to play with those teams because if you don't tell us, we don't know.
But you got
other than the Bengals or the Raiders, we know who the Raiders fans are. We know who the Bengals fans are.
Yeah. Why would you be a Raiders fan? I mean, why would you do that?
No, but I'm just saying. There's a lot of Raiders fans in the league.
There are.
All right. The Jets owner, what's his name?
Dorian Rhodes.
Dorian. All right, definitely, brother. Next show, I got you. Just send me your email address. You can definitely join the show. Brandon said, put some respect on his name. Man, forget Brandon.
Hey, back-to-back champs, man.
Fun fact.
AFC East.
Hey,
I got a fun fact for you guys. Got a fun fact for you guys about the Jets owner, Dorian Rhodes. He's related to the old Colts running back Dominic Rhodes.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What, brothers, cousins?
Oh, I can't remember. I remember a while I asked him about that.
Okay.
So, fun fact.
It don't make a difference when you say related.
That plus $1.25 came by coffee. So.
Brandon also said, he said, give me the Saints. No, don't run, bro. Don't run. Now you got the Jets in your division.
Yo, if he would go over to the Saints, he would still be a deal. We wouldn't win the division. You don't want the Saints.
Yeah, man. Whew. Just enjoy what you get, what you got right now, my brother.
But respect on that, you're gonna have to earn them Saints, boy.
Right.
Damn, he really wants the Saints? Jeez.
Oh, hey, Dorian said he wished he was. He wished he was related to the guy.
Oh, okay.
So that wasn't a fun fact, Tranks. So you gotta give us another one.
That's what he told me last time.
Fun fact: the 49ers will have 0 wins next football season.
What?
In real life.
0-16? Get the hell out.
I know the 49ers play the Bengals this year. I know that.
Oh yeah. Is it at Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, man. You should come on down, Tranks.
Shoot, we should do that. When is it?
It's things like 3rd or 4th game of the year. It's early. It's September.
Oh, yeah, we need to do that. I want to Pittsburgh.
Hey, that'd be. Hey, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hook up off the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll set it up.
Yep. Shoot. That'd be nice. See, there we go. Hookups. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we're done. Thank y'all for watching.
Hey, Dan, show us your titty again before you get off.
No, you're done.